And good morning to you. Our conversation with our friends from the Indiana County Veterans Providers Group is brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And on the line with us this morning, Diann Overman, as usual for this segment, and Al Lockard from just across the street at the Indiana County Veterans Affairs. Diann, good morning to you.
Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Al.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both with us here today. Diann, what's up?
Well, the Veteran Providers Group will be meeting later on this afternoon, of course, virtually, to just update the agencies. They'll have a chance to share information about how they're working through COVID and still serving veterans. We certainly want to take the time to wish all our veterans in Indiana County and our surrounding areas a very happy Veterans Day, and to you too, Al. Thank you for your service.
Thanks, Diann.
One of the things that we have coming up is Trees for Troops on Saturday, December 5th. From 9 to 5 at the Matricic Family Tree Farm. Those trees this year will be heading to Florida to an Air Force base. So they are taking all measures to make sure that we do our best to social distance there, and the concession stand will be different where things won't be self-serves. We'll have things in packets and individually wrapped. So if you can come out on Saturday, it is a great day. We're hoping for great weather again. We seem to always be blessed with that. So that's Trees for Troops. The Legacy Project is coming along. We have just put out our first full video that the ICTC has put together.
Oh, yeah?
They have worked really hard on this project, and COVID really set us back in the spring when we were scheduled for our first taping with a World War II veteran, and literally the home shut down the day we were going to go into the home to tape. So we successfully were able to work around that, and they have completed it. I'm hoping the family will allow me to share that on our Facebook page, but that's certainly up to them. But we do have one completed Legacy Project taping, and we're very proud of it. And it really is a beautiful tribute to the veteran. Yeah. With that, the Facebook page, we are really pushing a lot of information on that. If you want to visit that page and like it, it's the Indiana County Veteran Providers Group. It's really a place where we can get information quickly to our veterans, even things like supportive services during this difficult time with COVID. People are feeling anxious and a lot of anxiety, so there's a lot of resources locally on where to look for help, food distribution if anybody needs anything, help with fuel. It's a good place to get information. So please check that page out and like it, and hopefully it will be helpful to them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And how about those kids from ICTC? They're a special group, aren't they?
Oh, my goodness. And I have to really shout out to Melanie Brubaker, who heads the technical part of it, and she just did a great job. She came the day of the taping, and her heart is really in this project. So hopefully COVID will be gone at some point, and we can really take off with this, because we have lots of applicants, and we're ready to go. We just need COVID to go away.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody wants COVID to stick around.
That's for sure.
We would like that to become a word with which we are unfamiliar, but it's going to take a while for that to happen. Okay.
So with that, I'll let Al have the rest of the time, because he's our outstanding VA director here in our county, and I'm sure he has lots to share.
Hey, Al, good morning. It's been a while since we talked about, not a whole great while, but we haven't had the chance to talk with you about the marathon and how that went.
Well, thought it was, once again, the community as well as the participants, came to our cause, and it just so happened to be that this was one of the most heavily attended marathons that we've had in our 9 years.
Wow.
So we did have a wonderful turnout. Unfortunately, we had to ask the people that showed up as soon as they were done running to leave as soon as possible so that we could keep the social distance aspect of it together.
Yeah.
But great turnout, had roughly 340 participants there, and a lot of wonderful volunteers.
Yeah.
So thanks to everyone for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You said beforehand that you thought there might be a record-breaking time this year for Indiana and this marathon. Was it?
Yeah, he did. Not only did he break the record, he just kind of obliterated it.
Oh,
So,
yeah, he smashed it, huh?
He ran it in 3:36, I think, is what his official time came out to be. So, or 2:36. I'm sorry, not 3:36. But that's just motoring for 26.2.
Yeah, it really is.
And we had some really good times, and despite the fact that towards the finish of the elite runners for the marathon and the half marathon came in, and we got that about an hour of downpour rain. So despite that, they still were able to manage some very good times.
That's terrific stuff. I know InFirst Bank is the sponsor of it, and they've been there for a while too. And you're proud of them and everybody else in Indiana County and the veterans and everybody. It's
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. InFirst Bank's been with us for 9 years now, Todd.
Wow.
Yep.
That's good stuff. What else is going on with your office right now?
Well, at this time of the year, I kind of want to focus on something that we get a lot of calls for throughout the year, but it seems like that during this time of the year things get tough with money, and we get a lot of veterans that come to us for various needs. Some of the things that we can look at, of course, and Diann's already talked about a few of those, but the turkey-thon's coming up, and we've got that going on, and part of those proceeds go to help, or part of the turkeys and the meals and so forth go to help our veterans. You have the parsonage that they need things, and they are in need of things over the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. Along with that, we have here at our office some opportunities for veterans that they can come in if they meet the guidelines. Of course, there's always those beloved guidelines, but they've got to meet the guidelines. Some individuals could apply for what's considered to be a disability pension. There are some annual income restrictions with that, as well as monthly restrictions. But probably one of the things I see used most here is a program referred to as Aid in Attendance. Mm-hmm. And Aid in Attendance is for that veteran, or even the spouse what would be the widow of a veteran, can receive financial assistance for aid and attendance, whether that be with a nursing home or an assisted living, or even a visiting nursing situation where they've got somebody coming in and out of the home to provide medical care for that individual. So these are just a few of the programs that we have available that if people have questions about that, obviously I'd love for them to call up here to the office at 465-3815, so we can give them some additional information, as well as income restrictions and asset limits and things of this nature.
Yeah. How much of an education process do you have to go through when a new program comes through? In other words, is the government really good at explaining what a program is about, what the requirements are, so that you can then turn that around and be sure that you're giving it out accurately?
Well, great question, Todd. So it's a constant process here because of it being so fluid, and the programs. One day we'll have a new program, which usually means that it's replacing an old program, so you have to out with the old, in with the new program. We are tested regularly here every Tuesday. In fact, myself and Linda, my secretary, we go through, nowadays it's online or Zoom training, and we are constantly receiving reinforcement training and new programs training. So it is important that we know the programs so that when people call us, we have the answers that they're looking for. The government has also went the way of, or the VA has, that they are putting programs out now through a program referred to as e-benefits. Mm-hmm. And through e-benefits and VA.gov, It actually allows for these individual veterans or spouses of veterans to do a lot of this stuff, a lot of their homework, a lot of their own legwork before they even come into the office. Or they can actually start and finish a claim right from the privacy of their own home.
Yeah. Well, that would be important. And I'm guessing you said her name was Linda?
Linda, right.
I'm guessing you and Linda probably compete with each other to see who gets to schedule Tuesday off so you don't have to do one of those Zoom meetings.
Yeah, that would be nice. Exactly. So Linda has more seniority here, so I defer to her all the time. She definitely knows more than I do when it comes to running this office.
Linda hasn't been there on a Tuesday for the last 25 weeks, has she?
Yeah, it's hard to get her to come in anymore. I tell you.
Oh, poor Linda can't defend herself during this time
right?
together. I'll tell you what. But that's important that obviously you have a good grasp of what it is that you're then taking and translating to veterans, because the way that government programs work, if there's some way to add some more bureaucracy on top of it, they're going to do it. So to be able to do that concisely to somebody and make it understandable, that takes a special knowledge.
Right, and looking back years and years ago, we're in the process right now of automating this system or this office. So we are going through files from 1945 on up, and we're scanning them and keeping them for future generations to be able to see, and not family members, that is, not just the public. But in doing so, we see the way that it was done 60, 70, 80 years ago, and it's truly amazing the difference. And everything back then was carbon papers and
sure.
Memo type style, and now of course we've got the computers, and that's one of the benefits we have now is, and I'll tell somebody flat out, if I don't have the answer that we need to get for your particular claim, I'm going to look it up. And that's the benefit of having the VA.gov and the e-benefits program available to veterans and myself to do research. Now, I'm able to go in and look at individual veteran records beyond what the actual veteran themselves would be able to look at. So it helps, as a united front, both the veteran and this office working together to accomplish the goal of getting their claim put through.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Al Lockard, Diann Overman with us this morning, our Indiana County Veterans Providers. Thanks to both of you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to both of you.
And to you. Have a
too.
Wonderful day today. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM, AM 1160, AM 1160, AM